modality I'm going to talk about is homeopathic medicine. Just like chiropractic medicine, this is a controversial subject. So this is a little bit earlier than the start of osteopathic medicine and naturopathic medicine. In the very beginning of the 18th century, or maybe the end of the 19th century, beginning of the 19th century, the end of the 18th century, a German physician by the name of Samuel Hahnemann, by experimenting on himself, not something that's recommended, he came up with a new idea. He too thought that Western medicine is inadequate, but he came up with this idea of homeopathic medicine. To put it in one phrase, homeopathic medicine is fighting poison with poison. In Chinese, 以毒攻毒. Okay, and I'll give you examples of what that means in a second. But in addition to fighting poison with poison, he also advocated lifestyle improvements such as do more exercise, have a better diet, cleanliness, and so forth. Okay. So in the beginning, it caught on really big in Europe because Western medicine was so primitive. Anything would be better. Okay. But then by the mid-19th century, American physicians and scientists began to heavily criticize homeopathy as scientifically unsound, useless, laughably ridiculous, outrage to human reasoning. Okay? The last school of homeopathic medicine in the United States closed in 1920. Why are we still talking about this? Because Americans are still spending millions and millions and millions of dollars on homeopathic medicine, all the way from Costco to CBC and Rite Aid and so forth. Okay, in Europe, even more money is spent there. So let's look at homeopathic medicine in Great Britain. Homeopathic. Homeo means the same. Okay. Pathy means suffering or disease. So here's an example. If you have the misfortune of getting stung by a bee sting, okay, is painful. Afterwards, okay, bee sting, you get swelling, redness, and then itchiness, okay. That's a reaction to the bee sting, right? So Dr. Hahnemann came up with this idea that if you take the toxin of the bee to treat problems that causes itchiness, the stinging feeling, the redness, that it would help. Okay? So as a matter of fact, there's a homeopathic medicine called Apis, A-P-I-S. Okay? Apis is prepared by grinding up the whole bee. Okay? Dilute that extract many, many times, and use it to treat, edema, swelling, pruritus, itching, and things that could be improved by ice pack, such as, first degree burns, rhinitis, conjunctivitis, vaginitis, inflammation of glandular tissues, inflammation, exudation, acute arthritis. That doesn't make sense, but this is his theory.
Does that work?
So, The way you manufacture APIS is, like I said, extract whole bee with water, alcohol mixture to produce a mother tincture. This is the initial extract. Now, it would be crazy to put toxin on yourself, right? That would certainly make things worse. But Dr. Heinemann said, not if you dilute it. So in this case, APIS, if you dilute 1 to 100, like, if you take 1 cup and mix it with 100 cups of water, that would be 1 dilution, okay? Mix it up. Then you take another cup of that, dilute it 100 times, there'll be 2C. Another time, there'll be 3C. So how many C's is how many times you go through this dilution? And homeopathic medicine, more often than not, goes up to 30 C's. 30 C's, in simple arithmetic, is diluting things 10 to the 60th time, okay? Huge dilution. And then after you dilute to that extent, you take what's left and mix it with sugar, dry it down to a powder, and you sell that. Or you sell it as a capsule to drink. Now, Dr. Heinemann had the misfortune of getting born before Dr. Avogadro. In freshman chemistry, we all learned that Dr. Avogadro determined scientifically that after you dilute things 10 to the 23rd time, there would be statistically no molecule left anymore. In the concentrated solution, you have 10 to the 23rd molecules, so if you dilute it to 10 to 23rd times, there's no more left. When you dilute to 10 to the 60th time, there's nothing there but water, okay? So, but Dr. Heinemann didn't know Avogadro's law, so he proposed this. So that's why, by the mid-19th century, people say, you take homeopathic medicine, it's nothing but water. Now, just now somebody asked, does it work? Okay. Now, those of you who came, for my very first lecture on evidence-based medicine, you would know that it's a placebo effect. As long as you believe, you would heal yourself. So even though you're taking sugar or water, if you believe that this is a powerful medicine, you would heal yourself, you would get well. You get well not because you took, APIS or anything, but you would get well because you healed yourself. So homeopathic medicine still is very useful to people who believe. I'm sorry if I, bursted the bubble for you and you've been taking homeopathic medicine, now you don't believe anymore. If you don't believe anymore, it's not going to work. So do your friends and your relatives a favor. If they're taking homeopathic medicine, don't tell them what I said here, okay? They're getting benefits, okay? Because they're healing themselves. So here you go. There are dozens and dozens of homeopathic medicine you can buy on the shelves of Savon, GNC, Costco, and so forth. Most of them, you buy a small bottle like this, and they have these pellets, and the pellets are nothing but sugar. Okay, and some of them are capsules. It's nothing but water. Now, I made a general statement. Okay. In the United States, okay, just about 80% of all homeopathic medicine carries the destination of 30 Cs, which means diluted way beyond a single molecule. But 20% of them are diluted to some extent where there could be a few molecules left. So you can't really okay, you cannot just say every single homeopathic medicine has nothing in there. There may be something there, but very, very diluted form. So even a 12C, okay, not 30, a 12C solution, okay, here's the analogy. If you make a 12C solution using sodium chloride, natural salt, and some naturopathic medicine has the destination of 12Cs. So if you take this solution and take a teaspoon of that and throw it into the Atlantic Ocean, it would be diluted to that extent, okay? The whole Atlantic Ocean would dilute that teaspoon to 12C. So still very, very diluted, okay, even though there's something there theoretically. So just to illustrate a little bit, okay, with real life example, the number one flu medicine belonging to the homeopathic family is oscillococcinum. You probably saw this box before, okay? In Mother's Market, flu season like right now, they would have it in the checkout stand, okay? Just like they have candies, in the supermarket, checkout stands to attract people like me or kids to buy candy. So they would put it there, okay? And it's very convincing, it says, okay, nature's number one flu medicine. Okay, first thing to take at the first sign of flu, non-drowsy, no drug interactions. Of course, there's nothing but sugar, okay? 65 years of use by millions of people in 43 countries. Active ingredient, Anus bababa, okay, in Latin, okay. I don't know what, but I looked it up. This means goose liver. Goose liver, but who cares? It's diluted to nothing, okay? But the key thing is this is 200C. Okay, this is absolutely nothing there, okay? 30C, forget it, it's 200C. Inactive ingredients, sugar, or sucrose, lactose. Okay. I actually bought some of this. You might have seen this sold at the travel websites like Magellan or some travel shop. So no jet lag. Homeopathic medicine, and you're supposed to take one per hour when you're on the plane flying to Asia, and when you land, you have no jet lag. It's great, okay? All natural ingredients. This one is made in New Zealand, okay? And to make it easier for you to read, I went to the website and I copied here. Interactions, no jet lag may be taken with any other medication. Of course, it says sugar, okay? Adverse effects, this is very telling. There has never been any recorded adverse effect from homeopathic remedies above 12C, because after that, it's nothing but sugar. Okay? All remedies using no jet lag are 30Cs, well above the 12C limit. Okay? Very safe. Active ingredient, who cares? Everything is 30C, 30C, 30C.
You said 30C.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not 30C, 30C.
Now, caveat here. The reason why homeopathic medicine sells very well in Europe is because in Europe, a substantial number of homeopathic medicines are not 30Cs. They use a different scale. They say it's 6X or D6. D6 means diluted 1,000,000 times. Okay, 10 to the 6. So you also have homeopathic medicine that's not diluted very much. Zycam, okay? Zycam, you recognize that box?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That actually has something in there, okay? It has zinc in there. The problem there is zinc has never been shown in the clinical trial to reduce the symptoms of cold and flus. So yes, you're taking zinc, but does it really help? There's no clinical study showing that it does help. But as long as you believe, okay, sorry, as long as you believe it's going to be good for you. Now, so you wonder, how come the FDA doesn't step in, okay, and regulate this sort of stuff? Well, historically, in 1938, when the FDA got established by Congress, one of the main congressmen who pushed the bill all the way through Congress himself was a homeopathic physician. So he, wrote into the FDA law, the law that established the FDA, just right there. It's written that anything that's in the homeopathic pharmacopoeia, this is like encyclopedia, of homeopathic medicine in the United States. Anything that's written in there are automatically acceptable by the FDA. So FDA has a special loophole for homeopathic medicine. Today, homeopathic medicine is pretty much looked at as a dietary supplement, and I spent a whole session talking about dietary supplement in this series. You can buy them at any place. You can buy them in the supermarket. You can buy them through the mail, internet, and so forth. And as long as the box doesn't say it will cure a particular disease, the FDA is not going to give them any trouble. So my recommendation is that you have to be aware that about 4 out of 5 homeopathic medicine sold in the United States have nothing but sugar or water. The rest are still highly diluted, diluted like 1 million times to 10 million times. And then a few of them actually contain like zinc. And because these things don't have to go through randomized controlled trial to get FDA approval, there's not really any solid evidence that they do work or don't work according to the box. For college students, forget going into homeopathic medicine. The last school of homeopathic medicine closed 1920. But you can still get correspondence degrees giving you a sheet of paper saying you were a certified homeopath or homeopathic doctor or something. It's not very good. Okay, moving on. Classical and traditional Chinese medicine. The history of Chinese medicine is best illustrated by the cover of this book by a close colleague of mine, Ted Kapchak. The title of the book is The Web That Has No Weaver, Understanding Chinese Medicine. Chinese medicine came by evolution over thousands and thousands of years. We cannot say who invented it. It's not Huatou, it's not, So it's pretty much based on thousands of years of trial and error. So there's no Dr. Steele, Dr. Lester, Dr. this and that. Okay, so in practice, here's a direct comparison between Western medicine and Chinese medicine in the United States. Almost by definition, Western medicine is delivered by an MD or maybe by DO. Okay, Chinese medicine, interestingly, is delivered by a licensed acupuncturist. In the state of California, there's no such thing as a doctor of Oriental medicine. Okay, that's not recognized. It's a licensed acupuncturist. To pass the licensed acupuncturist exam, you have to know all about Chinese medicine, not just how to put needles in people. But then why don't we call them doctors of Oriental medicine or doctor of Chinese medicine? Because the AMA does not want that term, medicine, associated with Chinese practitioners. They, stand firm against giving the title doctor of anything to practitioners of traditional Chinese medicine. So the state legislature here, as well as nationwide, just call these people licensed acupuncturists, although they know a lot more than acupuncture. Now, the typical amount of face time one gets from seeing a doctor used to be 11 minutes. Okay, you spend all day going there, parking, driving over there, parking, sitting, waiting, okay, take your pants, wait for the doctor, okay. The face time is only 11 minutes. With Obamacare, it's gone down to 8 minutes on average. That's all you get, okay. You go to a licensed acupuncturist, typically, even for a repeat visit, it's 30 minutes. The first visit may be 60 minutes. MDs certainly have at their disposal high-tech diagnosis like X-rays, MRIs, and things like that, EKG, EEG, and so forth. I'll talk about low-tech diagnosis here. The paradigm is shifting a little bit. The MD would treat the disease, the symptoms, search and destroy. What's wrong? Find out what's wrong. What causes it? Okay. Cut it out, burn it, poison it. Okay. Here, heal the whole person, restore the balance. Here, uniform prescription. Take 1 pill 3 times a day, or take 2 pills, 3 pills. Okay. Here, individualized prescription, as I talked about 2 months ago. Okay. Everybody gets a different prescription because each person is a unit